a.m. I'll probably just be on for a bit. Okay, cool, no worries. All right, so guys, thanks for sticking around. I just want to make sure that I'm live everywhere and that everyone can see me, because it just seems that like I'm getting a black screen on Facebook on one computer, but I'm getting a normal screen on another computer. And now that I've just shared my YouTube live session, it's showing that my session got terminated for whatever reason. But anyway, we're not going to waste any more time with it. But anyway, my name is Jackie M. If you don't know me, I live stream free cooking, online cooking sessions 4 times a week. Well, technically 3 times a week, where I actually cook, and then the other time is a community chat session where we go over some of the things that we might have covered during the week. Everyone says hello and just meet and greet, and then in between I read creepy Asian ghost stories out to my community. So my schedule, my streaming schedule, you can find at twitch.tv/JackieMFood, which is my main platform. All right, so I'm still getting a spinning circle over here. It's very frustrating. Okay, and I'm getting a black screen again, but hopefully it's actually working in spite of the fact that it's showing that I'm not. All right, because I can see it intermittently here and there. So what we're going to be doing today, if you caught my last session, I actually was trying to put some bananas back into this dinky little freezer over here, and I had trouble closing it because it's all iced up, right? People thought it was hilarious, but it kind of made me think that I need to defrost this freezer. But before I do that, I need to essentially use up as much of the perishables on it as I can, okay? And some of the perishables I've dug up today are these ingredients. Okay, so I've got some frozen pineapple, some frozen crab meat, and some frozen, there's going to weird some people out, these are chicken hearts. All right, I bought them on sale. I don't know if they were on sale or whether they're just extremely cheap usually, but it was $2.25 for half a kilo, about a pound's worth. Hey Sammy, how you doing? And yeah, make sure you say hello if you're watching on like I said, Facebook. I'm just getting a black screen, but say hello anyway if you're watching. Somebody is Elsa. How you doing? Yeah, okay. Looks like YouTube is up now, so fingers crossed everything's working okay. If that's not the case, let me know. So I'm going to actually cook 2 different dishes tonight. Chicken hearts, I'm actually going to braise it with a Chinese dark soy sauce. All right. Crab meat, this was actually frozen crab meat, so it wasn't fresh crab that I actually meticulously picked the meat out from. All right, and this pineapple, I think I'm trying to remember when I used it last. Okay, this is a leftover of a pineapple I bought. May potentially have been for pineapple tarts. In that's the case, I can see your video on YouTube, so it's working. Thank you, thanks for that. And by the way, at some point during today's session, you see at the bottom left hand corner on my screen, there's a picture of these jars of chili paste. They are called satay sauce. All right, they're Vietnamese satay sauce, not Malaysian satay sauce. Okay, the accent is different, as in the emphasis is different, right? So the actual jars, I've got them here. The ones in the pictures are pictures of the hot satay sauce, okay, which is this one here. Okay, I've used most of it up now. And this is the mild satay sauce, which only just came out just last weekend past. All right, completely new products, new company, Australian, and run by 3 Australian Vietnamese guys. Okay, they're the satay boys. If you saw my stream from earlier this week, I actually ate at the restaurant where the idea for bottling these satay sauces was kind of like hatched. Essentially, it was a Vietnamese restaurant in a suburb here in Sydney, a very highly regarded one. And what they found was happening was that when people came in to eat at the restaurant, or even to order takeaway at the restaurant, people were surreptitiously stealing the satay sauce from their tables, because each table has a jar of, has a like a tub of satay sauce, and people were bringing their own containers and taking like heaps of it home. So they figured they must be onto something really good. So they've ended up bottling them, and they're now selling them at Asian supermarkets everywhere here in Sydney. Well, they're just starting to expand now, and you'll be one of the first in the world to try this. So essentially, we're giving away 4 boxes across the month of November. 4 boxes to 4 lucky winners anywhere around the world, consisting of 3 jars each of the mild and the hot satay sauce. Okay. So that's the giveaway. And also, before I go on any further, shout out to Lenovo Australia for the laptop I use for my live streaming. I'm using a I keep saying yoga, an IdeaPad Y700, which is a gaming laptop, very popular with people on Twitch. Okay, like I said, primarily what I'm going to be focused on today is using up this pineapple and this crab. You know, in all honesty, I like eating pineapple fried rice, but it's a very Thai thing. It's not really a Malaysian thing. Okay, so this is actually my first attempt making it with a combination of crab and also pineapple, and in some respects I'm making it up as I go along. We're not a giveaway, so there's a day, so I'm going to do one giveaway today, all right, and then the rest will be spread across the across November probably, right? But I'll try and balance out the time, like the schedule for the giveaways, because I know it's tough for you guys over in North America to catch some of my later streams. So anyway, so as far as making the chicken hearts, like I said, it's just going to be a braised dish. I know it looks really weird, a whole tub of chicken hearts. It's just something that I grew up eating, really like it, but I haven't had it, like, well, with one or two exceptions, I haven't had it since I came to Australia 33 years ago. Okay, but it was something that my family used to cook as a kind of like a, you know, one of those home cooked comfort dishes. Okay, and it goes with you need a fair bit of ginger for it. Okay, I'm just chopping up the ginger now. I'm going to need some garlic as well to go with my fried rice. Okay, so I'm going to actually cheat, and I'm going to use garlic granules. Okay, so because I do have some fresh garlic, but I want to save it. So garlic granules, this is what I'm using. Okay, right, so they're dried garlic granules, and that's, you know, to me it's preferential to using bottled minced garlic that you buy at your supermarket, because I find those to be just permeated with like a lot of preservatives, and they just don't taste garlicky to me at all. They taste more sour than anything else. So either fresh garlic or dried garlic granules, which really have, again, you know, have a lot of the nice strong pungent garlic flavor taken out of it, but it's still preferable to one that actually just tastes sour, in my opinion. Okay. So with the fried rice, I'm going to actually be using fresh rice today, all right? Because usually they say when you're doing fried rice, you should use day-old rice, but look, you use what rice you can get, all right? So I'm using fresh rice. I cooked it a couple of hours ago, and I need garlic, and I'm going to put some eggs in it, all right? And also some belacan. Belacan is a Malaysian shrimp paste. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm using it in powdered form, and in Malay it says serbuk belacan, literally means powdered shrimp paste. Okay, in Indonesian it would be called terasi, and then you've got Thai shrimp paste and whatever else as well. You can leave this out, all right? It's just kind of a personal preference thing. And then I'm gonna toss a little bit of chili through my fried rice as well. I want something a little bit more strong flavored, but you can make it fairly subtle, because fried rice, depending on the ethnicity of the person making it, you know, it can vary from being very bland to essentially as in like a replacement for plain rice, the way a lot of Westerners like to eat at Asian restaurants. They like to have fried rice instead of plain rice, but essentially that version of the fried rice cooked by Chinese cooks generally tends to be very bland, because you're going to be eating with a lot of other like saucy, strong flavored like dishes that come that you order separately as well. All right, this particular fried rice I'm cooking, I'm going to make it with the intention of having it as a standalone dish. Okay, so it's going to have like all the rich flavors attached to it, but it's like I say, it's a completely like arbitrary decision. All right. Hi Alyssa, how you doing? All right, so let's just get a few things together, and I'm trying to figure out what, okay, I need to chop up the pineapple. Okay, now you saw on my last broadcast I was mumbling about running out of gloves, and of course between like Wednesday and today, I forgot to grab some more gloves from my garage. I do have like 2 more gloves, literally not 2 pairs, but 2 more gloves left. But I want to save them for when I handle more icky stuff. Okay, so this pineapple looks really sad. Okay, it's very it's soggy and it's limp and it's discolored because it's been sitting in my freezer for months. Okay, but rather than throw it out, I figure I might as well just use it up for something like this. Okay, like I said, this whole exercise is for me to be able to clear up some room in my freezer so that I can actually start to dismantle it, defrost it, and start from scratch again, right? So you might it'll probably take me a number of broadcasts to get to that point where I'm comfortable turning off the freezer, because it's still pretty packed out at the moment. Okay, and being summer here in Australia is not a good idea, as you can imagine, to leave food sitting out for too long a time. Okay, and if you want to find out about the satay sauce giveaways, you can go to my website. It's just jackiem.com.au. I've written a blog post about it, right? And it just basically explains what it is, who they are, and that sort of stuff a little bit more. And the only criteria, wherever you're watching this, all right, the only criteria for you to qualify for the giveaway is to be a follower of mine on Twitch, all right? So I don't care if you already follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, or anything like that. The software that I use to draw the winners actually only picks up the names from the viewing audience on Twitch. Okay, so my Twitch URL is just twitch.tv/JackieMFood. Godwin, thanks for following. All right, and here we go. So pineapple, and there, like I said, you know, there are a number of things you can throw in this fried rice. I'm not gonna get too carried away. I just want to have a quick browse through what I have as far as pantry ingredients are concerned. I'll come back right away. Okay, I have like these dried shrimp, but it's in a big pack, so I'm not going to open it up and use like what's going to amount to like about 2 tablespoons of it. So no dried shrimp in mine, but that would be a fairly typical ingredient that goes into it, all right? Just as a rich boost of like a seafoody flavor to your dish if you do have it. And rice, okay? So this is just good old jasmine rice. Like I said, I cooked it in my Optimum pressure cook over here. So it doubles as a rice cooker, among other things, right? And this is, like I said, is just crab meat that I picked up. You can buy it frozen at, here in Australia, you can buy it in frozen packs, about like 200 grams or something like that. And they would cost about, I think about $13 for that. And it will be in the freezer section of your Asian fish shop, all right? You may be able to find it in other settings, but that's where I usually pick mine up from. And this is what it looks like, all right? Obviously not as good as fresh crab, but you know, it's good enough, all right? Okay, what am I going to use for the wok? I'm trying to think. When you're doing a fried rice, you want a really thin wok, so let me go and grab something. Okay, so this is the wok I'm going to be using, alright? This is a thin iron wok, and it's pretty cheap. You can buy this. John, you shaved the side of her head again. I know, look, if I could do it myself, I would do it myself. I hate having to actually go to the hairdressers and do it, right? But my hair grows so fast. Even my hairdressers are surprised how often I have to come in, and I hate it, you know. But all right, so when you're doing anything like fried rice, right? People always talk about like with cooking Asian food how the you nailed it when you get that smoky flavor. All right, that smoky flavor in fact only really applies to a handful of dishes, well, maybe more than a handful, but it doesn't necessarily apply to all stir-fried dishes, okay? But fried rice is one of those where you do want to try and achieve that smoky flavor, and in order to do that, it's essentially, you're talking about heat transfer, all right? First of all, you want a fairly, like, decent heat generated. Okay, I'm using a dinky little camping stove, that's all this is, so we're going to be struggling a little bit in that regard, all right? So there's no comparison to your typical Asian restaurant high pressure burner, okay? But we do what we can, and you'll still get a pretty decent result with it. This one here is an iron wok, right? Like I said, it will have been completely like silver in color when you first pick it up from your local Asian grocery store. One of those that are fairly well stocked, right? They tend to have like one aisle that consists of like little like bamboo steamers and woks and that sort of stuff. So this will be silver in color. I personally actually prefer not one with a handle like this, but ones with the the two little handles on the edge, because this tends to actually be a little bit hard to balance, in my opinion anyway, but I don't know why I bought this. But you're going to find, you can't tell from this camera over here, but this is actually tilted, okay? And the idea with this is so that you can actually, cook it like this, but I don't actually cook like that, all right? I don't, you'd be surprised, I've got good, I've got strong biceps, but I don't really have very good wrist strength, so I'm not the sort of person you'll find at the kitchen kind of like tossing my food like that, all right? But this, like I said, because it's heavier on the one end, you just have to be a little bit careful as far as balancing the wok, all right? And as far as seasoning, I've never actually consciously set aside some time after I buy a wok seasoning it properly, all right? It turns black just by sheer frequency of use, all right? But keep in mind, I actually have much bigger woks for my business, but keep in mind, I do use them very constantly, all right? I'll be cooking like 50 kilos of noodles from the get-go sort of thing, so it blackens on its own anyway. Don't they normally cook with a metal wok spatula? They do. I know. I don't have a metal spatula. I do have them downstairs. In the back of my van, because when I run my business, everything is portable. So I've got big giant metal spatulas, but I don't have it upstairs here. And the difficulty with the metal spatulas, is with any spatulas that you're cooking a wok with, is their curvature. All right. Depending on the size of the wok, sometimes you might find that the spatula doesn't quite like grip, doesn't quite curve with the same curvature as what you have in your wok, so you may struggle a little bit with it. All right, and I'm going to struggle with this. This is really not a stir fry spatula at all. Generally, I find that the smaller the wok, the harder it is to find the right metal spatula for it. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything suitable up here. So this is going to have to do. All right. Okay, let's start heating it up. Okay, like I said, I'm using not a day-old rice. I'm just using good old rice that was cooked a couple of hours earlier. It's lukewarm now, so it probably will turn out a little less fluffy, as in like less like loose than you would want generally. And the oil I'm using, this is just leftover oil from my last session from when I fried the onion, the crispy onion. So it's actually got a nice oniony fragrance to it, okay? So you see the wok is starting to smoke up now. Let's just turn it down a touch. Okay, and I find it really hard to talk through cooking a fried rice session, because fried rice by its nature should be cooked, you should be able to finish very, very quickly, all right? But because there's so much information to cram through it, the session, I end up taking too long to cook, and the rice ends up burning, or not burning, but actually, are you coughing a lot? I sound like I do, don't I? I know, I've been sick. I've had a bad cold. So you've been watching my coughing sessions. I do not smoke. I do not smoke. I do not drink. I've never done drugs. Nothing at all. I am the cleanest living person you'll ever know. Here we go. Well, I'm told, because I do a lot of public speaking, that maybe the problem is I don't warm up my voice. So I'm supposed to actually be doing vocal exercises before I go live. All right. So just a small drizzle of oil. All right. Not much. And throw in the rice. Always remember, don't put too much oil when you're cooking this. Very small amounts. You don't want your food to go soggy as well. So don't go too crazy with the kind of seasoning ingredients that go into a fried rice can be fairly arbitrary, all right? But just keep in mind what you want to end up with is not a soggy, sticky risotto. You want something that's all loose and separated, all right? Which means don't go crazy if you're using oyster sauce and soy sauce and that sort of stuff, you know, or you want like your Thai sweet chili sauce, all those starchy kind of like liquidy, starchy ingredients, go very, very light-handed with them, okay? So we're just trying to get this to be a little bit aromatic. I'm going to throw in the garlic. All right. Only the smoke from what? Hey, yeah. More clean than Will Smith rap music. Yeah, probably. No, I don't listen to rap at all. All right, so I'll toss in the garlic over here, okay? And you're gonna find that the pineapple has a lot of moisture in it, okay? As does the crab meat here. So always be mindful of the amount of moisture in your ingredients, okay? Don't try and put them all in at once because you're gonna end up drowning it and you're gonna end up like essentially braising this dish, okay? Okay, so let's put a small amount of the disco. Are you Cantonese or you just know the terminology? All right. So again, just a small amount of pineapple. And when you're cooking a stir-fry dish, unless you've got a big giant like high-pressure burner and a big giant wok, don't try and cook for a family of 20 in one go. All right. You have to cook it in small amounts. The less heat you're able to generate, the smaller your portion should be. Okay. Because you don't want to end up like stewing this dish. So far a lot of garlic. It smells very garlicky, and some pineapple in here. Okay, put a little bit more oil through this. And let me go to my kitchen and grab some eggs, which I forgot about. Okay, I don't even have this cranked up at the moment. This is on medium heat, okay, on my dinky little stove here. So you just gotta be careful. And like I said, unfortunately, the spatula is not very good at picking up scraping up the scorching, right? You want this to scorch, but you want to be able to lift it up with a metal spatula as well, because what's going to happen otherwise is that if you don't lift up everything clean, they will burn, all right? So you just got to be a bit careful with that. So in goes the crab meat. Again, small amount. Hey, Sammy. Get it through. This crab meat smells really pungent. it may be a little bit beyond its shelf life. Let me grab the eggs though. And if you want onion, you can put onion in through this as well. Cancel until to pride. High throughout. No, I've actually turned it down to medium at the moment. Simply because that's the other thing about cooking stir fries as well, right? I know from teaching cooking lessons that people who are not used to using wok and gas cooking and doing stir fries, what they either do is that they crank it on high and then they leave it on high, or they think, oh, it's a stir fry, I must stir the hell out of it, okay? So you just have to actually, it's very zen, right? But you essentially have to kind of like get a feel for how the temperature is going and how, you know, how the ingredients are going, and then adapt accordingly. Okay, if you think that it's smoking too much, maybe you need a little bit more oil, maybe you need to turn down the heat. Okay, so usually when I do a cooking lesson, I use a better stove than this. Back in the day when I did do cooking lessons. Don't hit me up for cooking lessons, all right, unless you want to pay a lot of money for it. But usually when I did cooking lessons, I would actually use a high pressure burner, and I'll watch people do it, and they'll end up invariably, they'll panic and they'll end up burning their food. Whereas you have to remind them, you know, there's actually a dial here for you to control the heat. So don't forget about the dial and just keep like tweaking the heat, okay? You see this here is starting to burn a little bit here. And like I said, this doesn't quite cut it as far as scraping it up, okay? Which is a little bit unfortunate. So ideally you want a metal spatula if you can, okay? A bit more oil. They need to invent smell-o-vision, don't you reckon? Okay, that's the belacan, the shrimp paste, okay? Just a quick little sprinkle of it. Completely optional, it just makes it a little bit more pungent, right? If you were Canto, you generally prefer it a little bit blander, okay? A lot of Chinese restaurants in Sydney are they actually do Cantonese food. Cantonese food is people don't realize it, but Chinese food has a lot of variations, okay? The Cantonese, like their dishes, fairly subtle, okay? So you're not generally going to find them using a lot of hot chili and shrimp paste and that sort of stuff. They like a lot of steamed dishes, and like they like a lot of subtlety in their dishes. So I'll put a little bit of chicken powder, a little bit of soy sauce, and I'm going to put some white pepper through this. Fair bit of white pepper, all right? Okay, let me just take this out a little bit quickly, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just fry the egg to toss through afterwards, okay? So that's come out. I'm not going to actually put chili in there after all, because I'm going to actually serve it up with the satay sauce. I keep saying satay sauce, okay, the Vietnamese satay sauce, since we're promoting it anyway. All right, so I'm just heating this up again, okay, a little bit burnt patch here, and I'm just going to actually just fry up some scrambled egg, essentially is what it is. But with fried rice, you can do your egg myriad different ways. You can do it like a scrambled egg, you can actually fry it as an omelette and slice it up, or if you do the Thai pattaya fried rice, you actually do like a big omelette sheet, and then you wrap the rice in it, okay? So let's put a bit of oil, because egg does absorb a lot of oil, okay? And crack an egg in it. Whoops. And you see it's sticking, because if you have a metal spatula, you'll be able to just lift this up quite easily, but I don't, okay? And it's going to stick a little bit, okay? And I generally like it a little bit runny like this, and I'll toss the rice through. You can use more egg if you want, okay? Let me just taste test this, alright? Like I said, the crab tasted, the crab smelled quite pungent when I threw it in. So we'll see if it's actually palatable or whether it's past its use by date. It's fine. The crab meat is actually a little bit sweet, okay? But if you want, you can actually throw a little bit of sugar in this as well. So this tastes pretty much like your regular fried rice. I can't really taste the belacan flavor in it at all. Let me just grab some greens. Mariparian, thanks for hosting. Hey, May, how you doing? I can smell the belacan. Yeah, all the way from the Central Coast. All right, so what I would do, you can actually toss some Chinese greens in this as well, or if you're into your frozen diced vegetables, you can toss that through as well. All right, all those, but essentially there's not a lot of hard and fast rules with doing fried rice. Usually I would like some Chinese leafy greens tossed through, like choy sum or something like that, but in the absence of anything, just throw in some spring onion, sliced spring onion to give it a bit of color. Okay, so this is one batch. We're gonna do another batch, and this time let's add some chili, because it feels to me like this needs a bit of chili to liven it up. Besides, I've got all these ingredients I gotta use up. Okay, so that's your pretty basic fried rice. It looks a little bit monochromatic because the pineapple is yellow, the egg is yellow, the rice looks yellowish, and the crab is just yellowish. All right. So again, as far as ingredients, it's like garlic, chicken powder, white pepper, dash of soy sauce. Okay, let's do another batch. This time we're going to try and use up the rest of the pineapple. Well, the ones that are sliced up anyway. So again, a bit of oil. Okay, ideally, you see there's a little bit of scorched bits down the bottom. Ideally, you should actually scrape it up, okay, because you're really begging for this wok to start sticking if you don't scrape everything off properly. Okay, so in goes the rice. And lots of garlic. Garlic again is optional, all right? You can put onion in it as well, like I said. You'll find in some of the Cantonese fried rice, they don't actually put garlic in it. Okay, so just break it up a bit. And you can hear the sizzling. It means there's a, fair bit of moisture in it. Okay, this time let's throw in some chili. Okay, so this is actually chili and garlic sauce that I made from one of my other sessions. Okay, again, if you've got the dried shrimp, you can toss that in as well. Like I'm saving it because I really can't be bothered. I've got a big giant bag, and once I open it, I'll have to find something to bag it up in. Alright, so this is much stronger colored. What type of garlic are you using? I actually prefer to use fresh minced garlic, right? But this is actually dried garlic. You can buy it at Asian grocery stores. So in the absence of fresh garlic, I would use that over the bottled garlic mince that you buy at your local supermarket, because those I find are preserved in vinegar or similar. So to me they just lose any kind of garlicky flavor. I heard in Chinese cooking they use white pepper instead of black pepper. Yeah, they do. And for a while I was saying in Asian cooking, and then I found out that the Vietnamese do actually use black pepper quite a lot. Not quite a lot, certainly in some dishes anyway. Okay, that's no one knocking on the door. You see what I mean? How he likes to actually go into the room when I start, but he likes to decide he wants to come out when I'm right in the thick of things. All right, pineapple. Okay, we're gonna toss more pineapple in this. This is gonna be soggy. All right, let's see how we can handle the sogginess. Alright, you see it, you just want to be very careful. This is quite soggy. We're just going to try and stir it and cook it so that some of the moisture gets absorbed. There was a lot of like liquid in the chili as well. Okay. So again, the garlic, this is what it looks like. Dried garlic granules, alright? And when I use it for my business, because you know, I buy it for my business essentially. When I use it for my business, I actually pour some hot water through it and reconstitute it so it becomes wet. So like you're using minced garlic. Alright, just hang on. Where's the monkey? Hey, you little monkey. You little monkey. Hey. You can see it's still quite wet. You can hear the sizzling. That means it's still quite wet. So this has a lot less rice and also a lot more saucy stuff. All right, you can see the point of difference. And let's throw in the pepper. Burnt, just about. It's not actually burnt, but the wok is sticking because I'm using just a plastic scraper as opposed to a metal scraper. And chicken powder, right? You've seen me use this 50 million times. So this is essentially like using chicken stock cubes. And by the way, instead of soy sauce, you can actually use fish sauce, which actually is my personal preference most of the time when I cook. Because I find that soy sauce, different brands are different of course, but a lot of brands of soy sauce tend to be quite strong flavored. Okay, so this doesn't actually have the crab in it yet. I'm just trying to reduce this, and if it doesn't reduce, I might actually leave it without the crab because I don't want it to get overly soggy. Let's try it. This one's a lot more flavoursome, right? Because of the chili. And I didn't even put belacan in this one here. You see what I mean about how the balance is a little bit off? Alright, you can't tell it from the top down, but it's actually slanted at about a 30-degree angle at the moment. Okay. And this is on high heat all the way through. Alright, I haven't adjusted the heat. Could just simply be because the it's running low on gas, I don't know. But essentially when you're cooking a fried, stir-fried dish, just be tuned in to how the wok is behaving, your ingredients are behaving, and the stove is behaving, alright? You think there's too much smoke, you know that it's too hot, just turn it down, and vice versa. Okay, so with the egg, you can actually just push the noodles, you can push the rice to one side, okay? Add a little bit more oil and crack an egg in it, like that as well, okay? Okay. And just put the rice on top of the egg. Just let it sit like this for a bit. So this is the one without chili, right? You can see this is quite wet because, like I said, this is about half the portion of rice. You can see how it's sticking. If you're tired of it sticking, you can use, instead of a flat metal ladle, you can use one of these. fact, a lot of the Chinese cooks actually like using big round ladles to do their stir fry with. Because there's a lot more egg here. You can see this looks a lot more eggy. Okay, let's get the spring onion again. Alright, let me grab some more chilies as well. Okay, some of fresh chili. You just toss that through. Okay, anyone watching who's from New South Wales, say hello. Lenny, how you doing? Anyone watching who's from New South Wales, say hello. Because I've got a prize for you. Just for being from New South Wales. Hello, Fruit Loops. Herman. Are you both from New South Wales? Alright, so this is the fried rice with the chili, pineapple and chili, Port Macquarie. Okay, cool. Diony, send this. Hang on, let me just show you. Where did it go? No, yeah, come with Mama. Come with Mama. Okay, I've got 4 more sets of these to give away to New South Wales residents. Okay, if you're watching on Twitch, send me a whisper with your name and New South Wales address, and I'll forward it to Ayam Australia. This is from Ayam Australia. 4 different types of Ayam sauces. Alright, like I said, 4 more sets. Okay, you just need to follow me on Twitch, and you need to be from New South Wales. And send me a whisper. Alright, 4 people. And I'll organize for these to be sent out to you, courtesy of Ayam Australia. They're 1 each of a hoisin sauce, lemon chicken sauce, teriyaki sauce, and sweet and sour sauce. Alright, they're all vegan, alright, even though they say lemon chicken and whatever. Alright, so first 4 people to send me a whisper on Twitch with your name and address, New South Wales address, you get a set of these, courtesy of Ayam Australia. Alright guys? Okay. What do I whisper you? Just your name and delivery address. Alright? So I can forward it to Ayam, and once I forward it to them, I'll let you know. So yeah. So you get a pack of that. Alright, so those were my last 4 packs of Ayam giveaways. And let's get on to my next dish. A little bit iffy, I'm not even sure if I'm going to eat it because it's been that long since I last cooked it. And I bought it because it was on sale. And I just thought it was really cheap. But these are chicken hearts, alright? And after I cook that, we're going to do the next giveaway, which will be my November giveaway for from Satay Boys. And this one is open to everyone, okay? Let's move this out of the way. I'm just keeping half an eye on Noah, my little kid who's got Down syndrome. He's a little bit mischievous. Little monkey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey? Okay, here you go. So this is the pineapple fried rice with the chili, all right, versus the one without the chili. Okay, so you see the color contrast there. Okay, this one is slightly more moist. Okay, but it's not gluggy, which is how you want it. Okay, it's more moist because there's more moisture. I put a lot more pineapple in this than I did in this. All right, and it's got like chili sauce as well. Let's just move this away. Hopefully Noah doesn't tip it over. Let me know if Noah gets behind me and does something. Being from New South Wales is enough of a prize. That's true. That's what I reckon, all right? For whatever reason. Okay, I got Herman. And I got... I'll just make sure everyone's sent it through. Noe? Sorry, my internet is a little bit slow. I use high-speed internet for my stream, but the computer that I monitor my stream from is just connected to my home internet, which has been playing up. And I logged a call with Telstra 2 days ago, and someone was supposed to call me back within 2 hours, and nobody has as of now. All right. So, like I said, next dish I'm gonna cook is actually chicken hearts. All right. It looks dodgy. I'm gonna need gloves for this. Let me just cut it open. And back in the day, my mom used to actually cut them in half down the middle, but they're so small I won't bother. Okay, usually she'll cut them in half. I don't know, I'll see how I go anyway. Yeah, my whispers are not pulling up, but hopefully I've got everyone's. Alright, so I had 4 more left of my ayam giveaways. Cookie, how you doing? Better put those plates of fried rice out of Noah's reach. I know, I don't know where to put them. I don't know if you saw the other day's broadcast. I had a tub of oil sitting on top of the oven. I thought that would be well out of his reach. And I didn't realize while I was doing this, he pulled up a chair and he knocked the whole tub of oil over and it fell over the other side. Thank God the lid was intact. I mean, it leaked a little bit, but still. You can imagine a 2-liter tub of oil spilling all over the back of that, which has his sofa and all that sort of stuff. So he's very, very mischievous. All right, let's do this. Oil, garlic, lots of ginger. And Cookie, if you've got any ideas what goes into this, I'm all ears. I could probably use some oyster sauce in this. All right, so in goes the ginger. And in goes the garlic. Because it's dried, it's going to be more prone to burning. All right. His increased height now means he can reach a lot more stuff on your... Yeah, I know. You see what he's doing in the background? He's clapping. He's learned all these little dance moves. So he claps up in the air, he claps around his waist and whatever. I don't know what dance he picked up, but it's quite funny watching him. He goes around the house, it's clapping. It's really funny. All right, so chicken hearts, all right. I know it's weird, but hey, it's only $2.25, all right. Toss it in. I thought I was good at multitasking. You have no idea how tense I am at the moment. No, I'm kidding. It's just like, no, I'm pretty chill, alright? But it's just, everything that has gone wrong, like with Noah around, has gone wrong. He's knocked over, like, he actually broke a bottle of oil. I used to have like, I used to be sponsored by an oil company, a cooking oil company, and I had bottles of oil sitting down here. And this is back in the day before he could walk. I had him in a walker, and there was one time he decided he wanted to go wandering around in his walker. I didn't realize he was round about behind me while I was live streaming here, and sure enough, he knocked over a bottle of oil and it just broke everywhere. So I not only had to worry about his safety, I had to like worry about oil spilling everywhere around me and like shards of glass as well. The sort of thing that could get me into a lot of trouble. But no, I mean, what parent hasn't had like you know, tense situations with the kids anyway. All right, I'm running out of gas, so let me just go and find a canister. All right. Hey, Podge, how you doing? Are you from New South Wales by any chance? I don't know how many New South Wales people have responded. So I've got 2 that I can see. 1, 2. Okay, I've got 2 New South Wales people respond. I don't have. Did someone say they sent? I got Herman and I got Fruit. Fruit, I haven't seen your message. But if you sent it as a message, maybe I'll have a look through my inbox on Twitch, which I never check, but I'll check it. All right. But hopefully it's somewhere. But that would leave me with 1 more set of ayam giveaways. If anyone else has a New South Wales address. Alright, so I'm just frying this up. Like I said, the chicken hearts, lots of garlic, some ginger, and I'm going to grab some oyster sauce. So I'm going to throw some onions. These are like leftover onion bits from my stream the other day when I was doing crispy fried shallots, crispy fried onions. Dione, not sure Dione, I haven't seen yours. Disco, I got yours. Yours I got. Dione, let me have a look. Haven't got yours, Journey. Yeah, I got Disco and I got Human. I haven't got the other 2, but I'll try and remember your user ID. I'll send you a whisper if I can't find your messages. All right, just let me write it down. No worries. And the other was Fruit Loops. Alright. And Fruit Loops and Diony, thanks for following. Herman, thanks for following. Alright. So this is frying up, and I'm just throwing some oyster sauce in. This is from Thailand, right? I'm not particularly invested in any particular brand of oyster sauce. Quite a few ones are good. This one from Thailand I bought because it says it's premium. So different types of oyster sauce. You basically get what you pay for, right? The premium mean they have more oysters in them. Essentially they're more concentrated, but also it's the cheapest of the premium variety. And also I find that because it's from Thailand, it's sweeter than your average oyster sauce as well. Alright, so that's the other thing you're going to keep in mind with a lot of Asian ingredients. Depending on the brand, depending on the country of origins, they do have their own nuances to them. Alright, so one thing I want to add to this is this one here that you have heard me talk about quite a lot. In Malay it says caramel masakan. In English it says cooking caramel. Alright. And the brand is Cheong Chan. You can't see it here. Someone needs a label redesign. You can't really see it here, but it's a picture of an elephant here. And it's what we grew up knowing as thick soy sauce. Alright. So you come across a lot of Asian or specifically Malaysian recipes that call for thick soy sauce, this is what it actually means. You see the way I'm holding it up? I'm holding it up upside down, and it's taking a while to drizzle. Okay, so you see it drizzling into my onto my ladle now. So it's very thick and treacly. Okay, people always mistake this for sweet soy sauce, kicap manis. It's not kicap manis, it's different. It's not hugely different, it is different though. Alright, it's less sweet than kicap manis, and also it's more intensely black. Alright, and in fact in some cookbooks you might actually have it referred to as dark soy sauce, which is really confusing because in Chinese, right, I knew it as dark soy sauce. Literal translation from Chinese is black soy sauce. Hak siyo, okay? Wu siyo in Hakka, my native language. Or hak siyo in Cantonese, right, is what we grew up knowing this as, and then it became known as thick soy sauce, and now for rebranding purposes it is now called by this particular company as cooking caramel. Alright, so you can see how confusing it is. And now in fact if you look for dark soy sauce at your Asian grocery store, it actually means something completely different. Right, I've got a bottle of dark soy sauce from Ayam, which is essentially like regular soy sauce but darker, but same same concentration. Like it's not thick and prickly like this one is. Email, send just type it followed by person you want to send it and then the message. Yeah, so. Alright, is that how I didn't know that, email? What do you know? Okay. So you see this turned into a really dark, braisy kind of dish, right? And you want a bit of sauce, you can add some sauce to it. I'm just gonna, Marie, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Alright. What do you want? What's it gentle? Gentle. What's it going? No, what's it going? Okay. Let's see. Let me go here. Do I watch it go? Do I watch TV? Okay. Do I watch TV? I'm gonna watch TV. Okay. I'll put some pepper in this. Okay, I'll watch TV. Let me come with Mama. Okay. I'll put TV on. Come. Why did you come with it? Don't touch. Wait. You wait. Okay, wait. Let's try this. So this one flavor-wise is pretty spot on already. If you want some sauce to this, you can add some water and then thicken it with some cornstarch, right? Mix with a little bit of water. But I think I'm quite happy the way it is. So with sauce, it'll make it go really well with rice. But like I said, as it is, where it's quite dry, I can snack on it pretty much. I can still eat it with rice anyway. Okay. Alright, super easy, alright. So this was $2.25, that's why I bought it. It just reminded me of Fruit Loop. I got your message. Diony, I got your message. Thank you. Alright, so that's really good. I've got all my Ayam giveaways sorted out, alright. So thanks very much to Ayam Australia. Let me check the time I'm doing this. I want to be able to screen capture the clip. Let me just scroll this up a little bit. It doesn't tell me how long I've been streaming for. That's the problem. But anyway, thanks to Ayam Australia for the giveaway. So we've given away 10 sets of Ayam sauces. Alright, again, just to reiterate, these are to my followers on Twitch. This is what you got. A set of 4 sauces courtesy of Ayam Australia. 1 each of a hoisin sauce, lemon chicken sauce, teriyaki sauce, and sweet and sour sauce. Alright, and they are vegan. Alright, even though, because I mean, it says lemon chicken, it just means it's used for typically a lemon chicken dish, but you can obviously use it for something else. So congratulations to all the winners. Okay. And again, thanks to I Am Australia. And I do have other giveaways, which if you follow me long enough on Twitch, you'll know I announce on a regular basis. I still have one or two Rode microphones to give away. I've got one Lenovo mini speaker to give away. All right. I started with 10 of each. And now, okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's scroll this down. Messages below. Lucky New South Wales followers. Oh, no worries. All right. So I know, like I said, there's nothing intrinsically like difficult about this as far as eating. All right. It just tastes like, I don't even know how. I don't know. Cookie, can you describe how chicken hearts taste? It's like eating. It's not as intense as eating liver. All right. I find eating any kind of liver to be quite like a bit of an acquired taste. But chicken hearts just taste like rubbery, yeah, rubbery little nuggets. Okay. It's done barbecue pack. Yeah. Barbecue pack. Like giblets. Yeah. All right. So for $2.25, it's a pretty simple dish to whip up, right? Garlic, onion, ginger. And I stuck some oyster sauce and some cooking caramel through this. Okay. So I think this will go well with the fried rice. So the two different fried rices I got. That's the one with chili, all right? Pineapple fried rice with chili and egg. It's a pineapple fried rice without the chili. It does have egg and it's got crab in it as well. Crab meat. All right, so the giveaway. So you get, it's available to everyone, all right, anywhere around the world. You get 3 jars each of the mild Satay Boys satay sauce. There's a Vietnamese satay sauce, and 3 jars of the hot satay sauce, all right. What the satay sauce is a Vietnamese dip that goes well with all kinds of dishes. Traditionally, it goes with soupy noodles, all right, with pho noodles, beef pho, all right. So newly launched product here in Australia. This is what it looks like, okay? You see it? And if we're ready, Cookie, I'll look out for a pack next time, make for myself. Hubby refuses to eat innards. Oh, hello, Soybean, how you doing? Hubby refuses to eat innards. What kind of Asian does he call himself? All right, Noe? Okay, we are going to do a draw. How about we use, if everyone's in on this draw, let's use lock tools again, all right? We haven't used lock tools for a while. So again, if you're watching this anywhere else at all, you got to quickly hop over to Twitch and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/JackieMFood. Let's add let me just add the lock tools screen capture. Okay, move it over here. Okay, let's add the viewers. Okay, let's use the late night bot. Who else should not be on there? Okay, we are ready. Are we ready? Let's do this. We got everyone on here. So this is the first time we're giving away, first ever, okay? 1 of 4 boxes of 6 packs of the Satay Boys satay sauce. 3 each of the mild and the hot. We ready? Okay. So once the name gets called up, you need to respond on the chat, in the chat itself, and say yes, I'm here. Okay. Otherwise, I'll assume that you've disappeared. Designated Jeff. Who is Designated Jeff? Is that a real person? Designated Jeff. Email Hunter, thanks for following. Designated Jeff. You got 60 seconds. Someone count down. Oh, you're here. Okay, cool. Right here. Can you send me your name and address, all right? And I'll pass it on to the Satay Boys. I'll do that by the end of the month once we've drawn all 4 winners. So, congratulations. I'm real good. All right, congratulations, Designated Jeff. I think you're the first time who's you're a first time winner of like one of my giveaways. A lot of my regulars usually win my giveaways. So congratulations. All right. Don't forget to send me your name and your delivery address. All right. And I will let you know once the Satay Boys have organized the dispatch. So congratulations. Don't forget, I've got 3 more sets of these packs of 6 satay sauces. Okay, and you guys will be among the first in the world, I promise you, because it's only just been launched in Sydney. A Vietnamese product made in Sydney, Australia, and it's going to go worldwide, but you'll be among the first people to try it just in time for Christmas. Fingers crossed it does arrive in time for Christmas. All right, well, I think I might wrap it up here, guys. I'm trying to kind of like work out what to do with Noah because he's being a little... Neil Tang, how you doing? You got the same last name as me, assuming that's your last name. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, right here, guys. So thanks again. So this was the chicken hearts, all right? Pretty simple, kind of like a saute, essentially, dish to whip up. 2 different types of fried rice, essentially using the same kind of ingredients. Okay, this one's with chili, a little bit more moist. This one is with, no chili, essentially, but with crab meat, all right? There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, guys. The recipe will be on my website. Don't forget to visit jackiem.com.au. That's where I post all my recipes. I know I'm still trying to play catch up, but all the information is there. And anyone who has been or will be going to Malaysia, I am also the co-founder of a startup called Teeb TV, T-E-E-B, TV.com. If you go and visit www.teebtv.com, we have just been essentially given the task of organizing content for KL International Airport's TV screen. So that's pretty exciting. You might see some of my content up there at some point as well. So KL International Airport media content and advertising stuff will be going through Teeb TV moving forward. So that's pretty exciting. One of the few things that I get involved in. And also, don't forget tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sydney time, 10 p.m. is our campfire stories and community chat. So hop along and say hello to everyone. Come to me with any kind of questions you have, food questions, non-food questions, anything, all right? But in between, to Triple Exacts, thanks for following. In between to kind of like handle the dead air, I read ghost stories to you guys. Hey Doreen, how you doing? Hey Devi, how you doing? Hey May, how you doing? Simi, how you doing? Another New South Wales viewer. Linda, how you doing? And yeah, Simi, you just need to follow me on Twitch, otherwise your name doesn't get picked up by the draw thing. Yeah, so yeah, go and visit jackiem.com.au for the recipes. Visit teebtv.com if you want to watch some free indie productions. All right, it's very niche, but we focus on indie productions. But anyway, we are now a media agency as well, so we'll be creating and providing content to KL International Airport television screens. There's a lot of any tapao disco. You're very Chinese. Tapao. I don't know if you saw the video I posted on Facebook a while back. The whole idea of tapao is very funny. Anyway, tomorrow night I hope you'll be able to join me. Right, 10 p.m. Sydney time, and like I said, come along and say hello to everyone. Say hello to me, ask me questions, whatever, and in between listen to some Asian ghost stories that I read from some of my Asian ghost story collections. All right, thanks guys, thanks so much, really appreciate it. Ciao.